Now, to create a successful home buyer, you must educate. And what do we mean by educate? Well, let me share that with you. E, which we're going to cover, is 8 is great. We heard there's a lot of different time frames for home buyer seminars, but a good thing to consider would be an 8-hour course. To cover a lot of the curriculum that I know Michael's going to talk about later, about some certain things that they feel are important in home buyer education, that's hard to do in an hour or 2 hours. And we've often had lenders call, well, we do a 1-hour seminar at our office. Well, I talk fast, but I can't talk that fast to cover everything. But let's go through. Like we said, 8 is great. That was a guideline established by HUD in 2001. Originally, actually, it was 16 hours. They went from 16 to 4 to back and forth so many times, but they finally settled on 8, which is really kind of the standard that a lot of people have used over the years. Home buyers achieve, like we said, the maximum benefit if they attend the workshop in person. We don't believe that if they do it on a website or if they go to a 1-hour workshop that they're really getting the information they need to be a successful home buyer. If you're going to consider other workshops, then it's important for you to make sure that you visit them and understand what they're doing. As for D, don't call it a class. We actually, funny over the years, we always used to do brochures, homebuyer class, come to the class. When we switched it over, we switched our seminar over to, we call it the Dream of Home Ownership Seminar. It was amazing what a difference that made. First of all, we did it as a positive thing, the Dream of Home Ownership. But we called it a workshop, called it a seminar. We really try to be careful not to say class. That scares some people away. They're gonna, they think, oh, we're gonna have a test. I don't want a test. And understandably, so you may want to consider that. Use objective speakers. We've already spoken about this. Be careful on who you have doing the presentations. That they're not going to do a commercial. Meet with them ahead of time and give them an outline of what you expect them to cover. And if they don't cover that, then you may need to get a new speaker. This doesn't, sound silly, but complete the workshop prior to closing. And like we mentioned earlier, you want to look for hopefully 2 to 3 weeks prior to closing and not 3 days before closing. Important, when you issue your certificate, make sure it's dated. I know a lot of people don't do that, but again, if we're trying to give our buyers the maximum benefit, if they went to a workshop 2.5 years ago and now they're buying, it's not really going to do them any good that they went 2.5 years ago. We have different people. Some of our funding sources use a 12-month cutoff. Some of them allow 18 months, but we've really not seen it extended much more than that. All buyers should attend the workshop. Now this, again, sounds common sense, but some of you have probably experienced this. If more than one person will be on, we encourage both of them to attend, but often just one will attend. But if it's only going to be one party, they're the person that needs to come. Now, believe it or not, we get people, we've had several cases where the mother comes for the son. Well, I'm going to bring the book home to him. No, it doesn't work that way. We've had wives come for their husband. He's going to be on the loan. She's not. But he's staying home watching football today. But she fills out the form in his name. So you want to make sure, again, to achieve the maximum benefit, that the person who's really getting the mortgage is the one coming. Consider having your workshop done by a HUD-approved counseling agency. Again, like we mentioned earlier, if you're doing a workshop offered by a lender or a realtor, they may not be communicating all the modules that you feel are important, and especially ones done by website or telephone are things to watch out for. So visit the website. If you're allowing that, make sure that you see that and review it. Entertain and keep it lively. Mortgages are not exciting, right? They aren't. Use more than one presenter. I mean, we all can be very vibrant and try to, you know, be very good, but people get bored after 8 hours just hearing the same person. So it's good to mix it up. Use different forms of media. Again, for 8 hours, they don't want to see someone that's just and on slide 2, as you can see, section 1, number 2, look at page 7. You know, go home by the end of the day. Use role playing. Have fun. You know, get your participants involved in things. We pick on people all day. And, you know, especially those that might be sitting there like this. So, I just want to do a little role play of something that we like to do at our workshop. So, hi.
Hi, how are you today?
Good. I'm here to talk with you about getting a mortgage. They told me that I should talk to you.
Okay. What's your name?
My name's Carrie. I bank here, so you've got a lot of my records and stuff.
Okay, Carrie.
I have a checking account, but I've got to hurry because I'm closing at the end of February.
Okay.
So you should be able to do it right by then?
Sure, let's just take some information
Okay,
from you.
good.
Where do you work?
I work at Morgantown Hospital.
Okay, all right. How long have you been at work plan?
Well, this time 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
How can we verify your income with work plan?
Well, actually, they're in the phone book. I mean, they have a lot of buildings, but they're in the phone book. You should be able to find the address there. Otherwise, my supervisor's Joe.
Joe. Last name?
Everybody knows Joe. He's been there for years. So.
Okay. Where have you worked in the last 2 years? In the previous 2 years?
Okay, well, I've been at work plan 5 months. Prior to that, my friend actually, well, he kind of had this little job going on the side for 3 months, and he paid me under the table. But before that, I was with Morgan Plant for 2 months.
2 months. Okay.
And then, well, I worked for my buddy again for 3 months.
And when are you closing?
The end of this month, the 30th. I'm sorry, the 28th.
February.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you bring any paperwork with you to that, Karen?
Well, no, I bank here. You've got a lot of my, you know, you've got my information in the computer. I bank here.
Do you have any debts, Karen?
Well, now, do you need, because my husband, I'm not sure he's going to be on the loan or not. I have my 12 credit cards, but he has 10 supplements. So do you need to know both of ours or just his? Well, I guess I could get them out of my wallet. And how many of you are going to give me a loan? And, well, you know, as much as people laugh at that, how many of